Hello everybody, MD Polo here. Thank you for joining me. Today we take a look at the Beretta APX Compact. Recently, some viewers asked me how come I had never reviewed a Beretta on my channel. They were wondering whether I just don't like Berettas. And the reality couldn't be further from the truth. I love Berettas. It's just one of those things that we have too many guns and so little time to get through everything. And I do have the Berettas, I just haven't gotten to them. Oddly enough, the timing was interesting because those questions came in as I'm reviewing the Berettas. On the table today, as I mentioned, we have the APX Compact. The APX came to us in from the 2011 U.S. Military Modular Handgun System trials. The trials were meant to find a replacement to the venerable Beretta M9. As you know, the contract was awarded to Sig Sauer in 2017. Beretta is one of the oldest companies still operating, oldest companies in the world, and it's been around for over 500 years. The attention to detail in all Berettas, but on this APX, which is what we're looking at, is evident. This is a gun that has been over-engineered to the max. I mean, it is built like a tank. It truly is. And we'll go through the whole pistol. But what I wanted to show you first, and this is not an unboxing at all, let me put this aside for a minute, but what I wanted to show you is the case. And that's when you start to see the attention to detail. Although, we'll talk about the serrations because this is what people seem to be talking about. The serrations that you have on the slide, well, you find them as well on the case. So I thought that was a pretty neat attention to detail, although the case does have a far side moment here where you have pull and push on the same button. And for those of you that like far side, you push and you pull at the same time. It's kind of hard to do it around the camera. And that's how you open the case. You push and you pull at the same time. Now, trust me, there's some people that don't get it. So, opening the case, what you get is you get your instruction manual, you get a Beretta lock, you get 2 back straps, so you can customize your grip. The larger gives you a bit of a beaver tail here, the small, and it comes with a medium installed on the gun. It comes with 2 mags, 13 round steel mags, and a loader. And here's a little extra that I got for this one. And since it's got 13 rounds, and sorry about the white balance is freaking out on me here, but this little sleeve, it goes on the mag and it fits very nicely. And what it does is, with the 13 rounds of the APX, now I don't have the mag yet, it's on its way, but so it doesn't catch. But the APX Compact accepts the 15 round mags from the APX Centurion. So you can either have it with 13 rounds, like that, or you can, if you have the 15 rounder, you put it in and the sleeve fits very, very nicely. There is no, look at this is where I'm saying attention to detail. There are no edges, nothing to catch your fingers or pinch you. And now you've got 15 plus 1 or 13 plus 1. So very nice. And this is all in a pistol that is just a little bit bigger than a Glock 26. So let me put this aside. So as you know, the Glock 26, we got 10 plus 1, Beretta APX, we got 13 plus 1. So sticking with the specs a bit, this is a 9mm, but it's also available in a 40 Smith & Wesson. As we mentioned, 13 plus 1 capacity with 2 metal mags. If you get it in a 40 Smith & Wesson, you got 10 plus 1. The length of it is coming in at 6.97 inches. Zoom in a little bit for you. Length is coming in at 6.97 inches. The height is coming in at 4.8 inches. The width of it, and this is something we need to spend a little bit of time, the width is coming in at 1.3 inches. So people say, and they're not incorrect, that this is just a chunky pistol. And she is a bit on the hefty side. But it's not, some of it is an optical illusion because of the serrations. Because it is not that much wider than a Glock. So it's a 1.3 inches in width. So right here, from the widest point to the widest point. A Glock 19 Gen 4, also from widest to widest, is 1.26 inches. So 1.3 on the APX versus 1.26 on the Glock. And the Glock 19 Gen 5, it's actually a little bit wider from outside of control to outside of control at 1.34 inches. So some people say the APX, the slide is just too big, it's just too wide. Well, it's actually a little thinner than the Glock 19 Gen 5 and just 0.04 of an inch wider than a Glock 19 Gen 4. It weighs in at 24.6 ounces unloaded, and the barrel is 3.7 inches. Now here's what gets really nice as far as pricing, is that the MSRP is $399, and how you find it locally, your mileage is going to vary, but I've seen them locally for $290. You know, plus tax, of course. But I think it's an exceptional value for what you're getting. Now looking at the slide, it's steel, it's nitride finish. It's got metal sights, 3-dot battle sights, which are dovetailed in. These are not night sights. It's got a nice ledge here if you need to do any one-handed manipulation of the slide. It's 2 big dots. I know it's not as easy to see with a white background, but the front dot is actually quite a bit larger than the rear dots. Night sights are available, not many choices, but night sights are available, and you can get them through the Beretta website. And the night sights they offer are awesome because they're made by Ameriglow, one of my favorite third-party sight company. So you want night sights for this? Get them through Beretta, and they're Ameriglows. Going back to the slide serrations, they are obviously very unique. They're very serviceable. They do their job. You can grab the slide from anywhere and they do their job. They work well. The only thing I can tell you is that if your hands are a little bit wet, a little bit greasy, the slide is slippery. It reminds me of the texture, the feel of the Glock 19 Gen 5. I kind of wish, I wish it was a little bit more coarse, more like a Glock 19 Gen 4, Gen 3. Then I think it would be superb because I like the serrations. You can grip it from anywhere. It does get a little bit on the slippery side. Now, people talk about this little hole right here, and as you pull on the trigger, you're going to see how it comes up. Okay, so this is the striker pin or striker safety, and I'm not sure how they got around doing this with the optics ready model, but if they did it for the optics ready model, I don't know why they just couldn't do it for all the other APX, but that's the way it is. Going down to the, another thing I wanted to talk about is the front of the slide. It's just an angle, but you see not only the fit and finish is very nice, but I like the angle. It exposes a bit of the barrel. I don't know, I just think it's a nice touch. I like the way it looks. Going down to the frame, it's a polymer frame, and as I mentioned, it's a modular system. So the chassis, you can see it there in the window, the chassis is your serialized part. So what that means is that the polymer grips, you can replace them. You can just remove the slide, take the chassis out, and it's not that hard of a process. Beretta does make it a little harder than Sig Sauer does or Steyr, but it's doable for sure. You remove the chassis and you can put another slide, or if you have interchangeable slides, almost knocked my lights out, or the grip modules, you can exchange it from the compact to the a little bit larger Centurion. You can have this FDE color, you have it black, you have it wolf gray. There's a lot of things you can do with this. It comes with 3 back straps. I showed you on the box. The medium one is the one that is attached, and I found no need to change it. It works really well. There are some videos out there as to how to replace those back straps. It's not as easy as an M&P where you just turn it, pull it. You actually have to remove this. You remove the slide, and there's a pin you gotta move over and push, and then you can change the slide. So I think the Beretta could have made it easier, but they didn't. Moving down, we find the mag ejector, and it is oversized and textured, and it works really, really well. It's not ambi, but it is reversible. And this is something you gotta see. You can almost use this as a second weapon. The mags just fly out of there. If you put it sideways, it still flies out of there, and straight up, it just, look at that. It is amazing, amazingly positive. Here you got the slide catch, slide release, and slide catch, slide release right here, looking through the camera, and that is ambi, and this is your takedown lever right here. And this is something that people talk a lot about. They complain, they whine about how difficult the APX is to take apart. No, it's not. You just got to know how to do it. You got to read your manual, pay a little bit of attention. The texture of the grip is very positive. It's aggressive in the front and aggressive in the back. You got the same type of aggressiveness front and back. And on the side is much smoother, although you do have texture here. So it feels really good. I wish it had a little bit something here, but most of them are not giving you that texture up there, but I like it when they have it here. Moving forward, you do have your takedown lever here, and a little bit of a, I guess they're trying to make it like a landing pad for your thumb and for your trigger finger up here. I think they're pretty useless, but they're there. Markings, you get APX on the frame. You get very nice, I like the way Beretta did their name up here on the slide. And then on the other side is when you find all the lawyer stuff. I can't believe they're doing, but they're going to do it. On the bottom, you got a 2-slot pick rail on. And I was a little bit disappointed because the Olight Mini that I have does not fit. It sticks out about this much. So the Olight Mini 2, the Valkyrie 2, will fit here, but if you got the first one, is not going to fit. And I should have thought about this and brought it out here for to show you, but I do all my videos on one take only, and I just don't, if I stop it, I have to start another video, and I'm not sure how to put those two together. But anyway, it is a very ergonomic pistol. I like the way it feels in my hand. And when you put the mag extension, the sleeve, and put the 15-round mag in it, it really gives you a full grip. So the Beaver Tail, as you can see, it's got a very pronounced beaver tail here as far as how deep the cut goes in the frame. So it really lets your hand get really deep under the pistol. This is a very, very flat shooting pistol, and I'm going to call it a very soft shooting pistol. And I think it is largely to do with how wide this area is, the shape of this area and how it fits into the web of your hand and how deep under it you can get. Really, really like it. Moving over, you got your trigger guard is big. It's got no texture whatsoever, up or down, but it's very big. No problem with large hands. To give you an idea, I've got medium-sized hands and that's how it fits. So if you got bigger hands, well, that may not be an issue. Moving down to the trigger, I really like the trigger on the APX. It's got a flat-ish trigger. You got your regular trigger safety here. The blade almost disappears completely flat into the trigger shoe. Not quite, but almost, as you can see here. And from the ready position, you engage, and you're at the wall right there. Wall, then a little bit of creep, not much, and it breaks. It is a crisp. It would help if I take this out. It's a crisp break. Do it again. So you're at the wall right there. Push a little bit, you're through. The reset is right there. It's crisp, it doesn't feel plasticky, there's no grit to it. The flat trigger gives you a nice base pad for your thumb, for your index finger to get into. Your thumb, good Lord. Anyway, very nice. I love this trigger. Give you a wider view. And there it is. Very easy to keep this on track. Now, the takedown. There's two ways to do it. You got this button right here. You can grab the tip of a bullet, you can grab your Glock tool, anything you can. So what you do, and here's where people don't read the manual, they're like, I'm pushing, nothing happens. Well, you have to move the slide a little bit back, like that, and press the button until you hear a click. And now you've disengaged the striker, and the slide you're ready to come bring it out. If you wish not to do that, then what you do is check that it's clear, pull the trigger, and then you press the button as you're turning it down. Comes right off. Okay? So, come on guys. All the people that are complaining about how difficult the APX is to disassemble, you just saw it. All you have to do is push as you're turning. You see what it does? It's locked like this. You push as you're turning, the slide comes right off. Since we're here, take a look at the inside. Look at the size of those rails. Most guns will have just a couple of contact spots. The rails, they're almost full length on the left, and they are full length on the right side of the pistol. I mean, I'm telling you, this thing is built like a tank. And if you can see in here, that little notch right there, that's what you need to, let me see if I can focus better. That little pin right there is what you need to push over and down to release the back strap. Just totally over-engineered. And now looking at the slide itself, you've got a captured guide rod. So it's a double spring captured, and it is a metal guide rod. The barrel, well, just a regular barrel, just a semi-polished feed ramp. And it's got about 500 rounds through it, so you get an idea of the wear. But typical Beretta. And inside, that's what it looks like after 500 rounds. Need to clean it a little bit, but that's what it looks like. So to reassemble, just always fun to do this around the camera. In it goes, in goes your... Now here's the thing, is that you see there's two little shelves. There's this one and that one. You've got to make sure that it's on the second of the two little shelves. Okay? Then to reassemble it, just goes in. We pull the slide back and the lever automatically goes back home. Check for function. You're back again. So overall, I love this. I love this gun. I love the way it shoots. I love the way it feels in my hand. Night sights for me are a must, so that's going to be replaced. The 15 round mag is coming in from the Centurion, so now I'll have the choice of 13+1 or 15+1. Beretta APX Compact, in between a Glock 26 and a Glock 19, I think is the better choice. And for the price that you're getting these for is just, I think it's a no-brainer. What do you think of the APX? Do you like them? Do you own them? Have you shot them? I'd like to know what you think about this particular one, the APX Compact, if you have any experience with it. So thank you very much for sticking through the video. We're going to do our flyby now and of the close-up of the pistol. Please remember that I'm very active on Instagram and on Facebook. So please stop by there. I post things on those platforms that I can't here on YouTube. And until the next one, God bless.